Hey guys. Very nice meeting you. We have almost a full room. It's very nice to see you. It's lovely to be here in Belgium. We're from Holland. We've been here 2 days now. We are enjoying this festival. Let's start. This is a picture of us. My name is Martin, and over there is Silas.
Hi.
And together we run a studio named Mals. And as I said, we're from Holland, we're from Rotterdam, and we make films and images, and we do this by hand. No digital stuff, no CG, everything is handcrafted and built with these hands. And we'll give you an example of the things we do. We make images, stuff like exploding chocolate bars, fancy running shoes with bubbles. We also pour sand in bucket hats. We make tiny speedos for eggplants. We chop bananas up and make them fly. And we also put way too large hot dogs in tiny buns. That's photo. We also do film. We throw bottles of oranges at Orangina bottles. We stuff tigers in jars. Very sad. He's kind of cute, though. We throw emojis at plates. And we shoot cannons. This is lovely. Boom. And we bake potatoes in sunbeds. It's very nice. It's the best way. And we make dick pics. Sorry. It's modeled after, I don't know. Next to this, we make a lot of money. There goes a joke. Sorry. This might be a lie. But we do have a lot of fun. And today we'll show you how we have the fun. And we have that much fun because we know how to turn work into play. And today we'll show you how we do this. And we take you on a deep dive into the behind the scenes of all the handmade stuff we do. Very analog, as I said. And yeah, I think it's really up to anyone in whatever design era you are to know and to see where you can have the fun and make it for yourself. And today we'll show you how we do this.
Yeah, and let's first start with clever, colorful, and playful, because that's what we try to achieve in every project. And sometimes it's a little bit more clever, sometimes it's a little bit more colorful, but we always try to have these kind of things in the projects we do. And let's start with the clever one. That's usually in a concept. It could be a nice metaphor or a joke. Or something that just makes you go, this is funny, or this is nice. But it can also mean that we find a nice solution to solve something with maybe a motion-controlled camera or a stop-motion trick or something like that. And for instance, with this project we did for the Washington Post, they asked us to come up with an article about the rising rent and the supply and demand issue in the States. And we made this birdhouse with 2 small lovebirds over there looking for their first nest, and some big birds who came in to bring the big cash. And this one was actually clever on multiple levels, because first we found this metaphor for the housing problem, but also that we found a nice trick on how to animate this. We did it all by hand, and afterwards we removed all the sticks. Then the colorful. Colorful is very important for us because black and white is a bit dull, in my opinion. And yeah, we really love a vibrant image, and we're super picky about colors. This is sort of how colorful we like it. And then we have playful, another big one. For us, it's really important to play during our work and to try different stuff. And we really like to, make people laugh and put a smile on people's face. And what's also super important, when we are having fun working on a project, then it will show in the end, and I think that's gold. And here we have a nice example of a cat. We learned him how to cook. Now he runs his own YouTube channel, which is also pretty awesome, and that's how we do it.
Yeah, so we like to keep it real. And by that we mean we do everything by hand. and we've been doing so since 2013, which makes this year our 10th anniversary as a studio. And we just love to build things by hand, because something that you can grab and something that you can hold really has a personality and a character, and that's something I as a person can identify with, and it really brings me joy that something is real. And it's not that I don't like CG or digital stuff, it's just that I would like to create something that has a soul. No offense, of course. And it's really up to me to bring whatever materials and whatever knowledge I have into that piece, and that's something I really enjoy and I really like. And I found Silas 10 years ago, and he has the same energy. This is us at graduation, looking very sexy.
Yeah.
And this is about the time we started our business together, and we wanted to build something cool. So we made this picture as our launch picture, us jumping into this design circus. This is real. We really light the hoop on fire, and Silas really jumped it. I, of course, had to stand on the side and let him do all the crazy work.
Yeah, super easy.
Super easy. This was kind of scary, but not as scary as starting a business together. Yeah, let's jump into the first case.
Yeah, this is a project we did for Orangina. It's called Shake of the Month, and they came to us. Can you make 12 funny videos on how to shake the pulp in the Orangina bottle? So we said yes, of course we can do this, and we made them we wrote them a nice estimate on this is what we can do for this amount of money, and then they said immediately yes, let's do it. And then we felt like, oh my god, this is not really what it should be, because we were so damn cheap that we completely destroyed the whole competition. And they were like, yeah, we have to work with these guys because they are super cheap, and we didn't have this nice portfolio yet, but yeah, we landed the job, which was nice. So when we started to think about all this, we came up with a pinball machine. We had a Newton's cradle. We had a roller coaster, and the roller coaster was my hero thing of this whole project. I was begging Martin, please, can we make this roller coaster, because I really want it. And Martin is more about thinking ahead and thinking about the budgets and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, nah, I'm not sure if we should do it. I pushed through, and finally I got my roller coaster, and here's a small clip of it. And that's it.
Yeah, so when Silas said, well, I want to build a roller coaster, he was super enthusiastic, and I was like, okay, he should really build it. But in our studio, I'm the guy who builds bigger stuff, and Silas is really the guy who does the tiny things. So I knew when the roller coaster had to be made, it was my job. So I went on eBay and I bought this toy roller coaster that served as a good base. And then I started to have some popsicle sticks and made some fences, and with some wood and some poles, it already kind of looks like a roller coaster. And then with some paint and some testing, it kind of looks like the real deal. Of course, it had to work. Everything we do is real, so it really had to function well. This went wrong about 1 million times, and we destroyed half of it. But once you are on set and some paint and some light, it really starts to look like a cool thing. We even made a tiny card with some braces for the bottle and some very flashy decals to really make it look like the real deal, which was, of course, a lot of work. And then we had to make 11 more, which are these.
Thank you.
Thanks. So it's just us two. Well, no, we started it and we founded the studio, of course, but now we have a team of 6. Everybody has his own specialty. We're a small team and we keep it small because we like to do everything ourselves. As I said before, I'm more the guy who does the big stuff, so building the bigger stuff, but in the studio-wise, I'm more strategy, planning, and budget guy, which is always a battle with Silas because he wants to build crazy stuff.
It happens.
Yeah, that's me looking very serious in the workshop. And this is Silas looking very serious on set.
Yeah, I like to be super picky about everything, and it's not just on set, it's also in post-production. Actually, it's everywhere. During meetings, I'm always like super picky, but it's nice because Martin is thinking about the big stuff, I'm thinking about the tiny stuff, and that sort of makes us the perfect couple, which is super nice.
It's true. All right.
The behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's my part.
It's yours. Yeah.
Well, Martin already promised that we would talk about the behind the scenes, and now let's make this deep dive into a project we recently finished. And this project has everything in it. It has stop motion in it, live action, in-camera film tricks. Everything we could think of, we put it in this project. And it's the all-in-one finance app for Rocket Money. It's a startup. They made an app on how to manage your finances. And I think it's nice to first show the video, and then I'll explain how we made everything work. So let's go. Let's go.
Want to take control of your finances? Great. Then let's ditch those spreadsheets and download Rocket Money, the finance app that syncs all of your accounts and helps you monitor your spending so you can spend less and save more. It finds hidden recurring charges so you can cancel unwanted subscriptions with just a tap. It even keeps your expenses in check by helping lower bills. Managing money doesn't have to be hard. Download Rocket Money to take control of your finances.
Well, and this film not just happens overnight. There is a lot of planning involved and a lot of sketching. This is a storyboard. We presented this to our client to convince them, like, this is what you will get. We also had a nice voiceover written underneath it, but for now, you've already seen the video, so I don't have to explain it again. And it gives us a nice feel of what kind of colors we are going to use and what the transitions should be. And after this storyboard, when it got approved, we started to build this set. It's fresh and natural lit, but it also feels a little bit like CGI. And we thought, well, that's a fun challenge. Can we make it feel like CG, but still make it real? Because it kind of matches this whole tech app kind of vibe. So then we placed everything on set. We even placed paper clips alongside a ruler just to make that they're perfectly in place. We made some custom bank cards ourselves. We wanted to have a minimal look for them, so they wouldn't distract from everything what was going on, but still that it feels like some financial stuff. And then we took this laptop. I made a reference video on how to animate it. This one is sped up a little bit. And then we drilled some holes in the laptop. We even tapped some thread in it because we had to make it fly in stop motion. So with this thread in it, we could hang it on set, and then we could move it any way we liked. We have this rig, which made it possible to move it alongside 2 axes. And then when it's on set and animated, you'll get this. And these are like, I have to take a peek, 250 photos, 25 frames a second, and it was 2 days of shooting. But after, when you get something like this,
film.
What?
For 5 seconds of film.
Yeah, that's true. But it's super rewarding when you get something like this on your screen, and that's what makes us love the work we do. Then the other scene where you can manage your money yourself with this bar chart, where I thought, well, maybe it's fun to throw in some pneumatics. Then we can control them and make sure that they will go up and down super smooth. You can see how happy I am. And when we placed this on set with a camera on it, it wasn't actually as smooth as I hoped for. So we had to kill this whole idea and to start over with a motorized slider. But now I have some nice pneumatics in the studio, and maybe someday I can use them. Yeah, so we learned some new stuff, but yeah, maybe for another project. And we put in a lot of other tricks in this whole project. So I'll show you the behind the scenes of it.
All right.
Thank you.
I would like to talk about the creative process. We've been doing this for 10 years, and along the way we found out that the creative process is basically the same in every project we do, and where we were struggling before to figure out how to do it, we now know perfectly what to do, and usually it starts with this. This is fucking awesome. You land at the new client, the project, and you think, oh, this is going to be amazing. We're going to do the best work we've ever done. The money is good. The deadline is still far away. This is going to be awesome. Really excited. You go to bed, and then the next day you start to think things through, and then you start, okay, I didn't think of this. Okay, this might be tricky. Okay, tricky. Yeah, maar I can do it. I know what to do. Let's get going. I'm still excited. And then, like halfway, you're like, fuck, this is shit. I should have never came up with this idea. The deadline is approaching. The money is actually not that good. Fuck. Okay, but yeah, with this, you start to doubt yourself. I've been here. We've been here. I'm shit. My ideas suck. I should have never picked this profession. Oh, fuck my life. This is not good. But yeah, okay. We're professionals. We sign contracts. We have deals. We have agreements. We need to deliver. So you'll push through. Maybe work some nights, and then after a while, you start to think, okay, this might actually work. This is not so bad after all. And then you regain your confidence, start working it some more, and then at the end, you deliver it to your client, and he didn't know you went through this. And then you're there again. It's awesome again. You really love your life, and then you start all over, and then you get from the beginning. All right, we are halfway. I am going to have a sip of water.
Still having fun?
You like
Nice.
this? Yeah.
Cool.
It's very different from what I've seen before here, so I really like that.
Well, let's go on with the next case, which is the Food for Thought campaign we did for the Albert Heijn. It's one of the biggest supermarkets in the Netherlands. And they came to us with a question like, we have so many questions of our consumers, and can you find a nice way to answer them? And it were questions like, what does the microwave to my food? Do the vitamins dissolve when you cook your food? Let's take a peek. Oh, how much fruit should you eat a day? All that kind of stuff like that. So we made 9 videos for them. And first I'll show you the first one, and then I'm going to explain how we did it.
Hoeveel fruit moet je per dag eten? Het advies is 2 stuks. Maar zijn dat deze 2 of deze 2? Het beste is om minstens 200 gram fruit per dag te eten. En hoe meer je varieert, hoe beter het is. Zo krijg je alle benodigde voedingsstoffen binnen.
So, and when we were thinking about this project, we always make this deck for our client to tell them this is what it's going to look like, this is how we're going to build everything. And because we do everything by hand, we have to tackle these things up front because it's pretty hard to change something afterwards when we shot it. So we tell them we're going to use a blue background, it's made from paper, we're going to have a hand with red nail polish. This is what cherries look like, and this is what a watermelon looks like. Just you might know something might come up and that they're thinking of something totally different. Fun fact is actually that we showed these cherries here. We shot this during winter. You can't buy cherries in the Netherlands during winter, so we had to craft them ourselves. We didn't tell the client that it happened, and they never noticed. You probably also didn't notice it, so that's nice. And then here is this other slide where we show them something we made for Orangina, just to convince them we can actually pull this off. Don't worry about it. And the tabletop slot machine, also to show this is kind of the size we are aiming for. And this takes up a lot of work, making these decks and making these presentations. But when the thinking is done, then it's actually time for the fun stuff, and that's building everything.
Yeah. And as I said before, I'm usually the guy who builds the bigger stuff. And when something like this comes up, I usually start in cardboard, just make a mock-up to get a sense of scale and dimensions, and to see how big is an apple and how does it fall through the machine and how does it work. And once that's done, I send a drawing to the laser cutter, get back a bunch of parts, and then start to assemble the machine. And this is really, for me, the fun part of a job, the building stuff. Because once there's a paint and there's some stickers on it, and it really kind of starts to look like the machine already. And then you get something like this. We really focus on the tiniest details, the nails in the tiny covers, the slot for the coin, the stickers, the handle with the red ball on it. It really makes it feel authentic and real, and that's what we go for. So on set it looks like this, and it's really a nice piece to see, to look at. There's so many things, so many details to see, and I really think as a viewer you can feel that it's real, and that's something we go for.
Verpest de magnetron mijn eten? Een magnetron is echt ideaal om eten in op te warmen. Je hebt geen extra water nodig om iets klaar te maken. Zo raak je de smaak en vitamines niet kwijt. Maar let op, soms kan de structuur van het eten wel veranderen. En dat kan gelukkig ook heel lekker zijn.
Well, and for this one, we wanted to have this yellow microwave. We put it in a presentation, and then we had to search for a nice yellow microwave on the internet. Turns out there are none. You can't find any, so we had to buy a white one, paint it yellow ourselves. There were like huge stickers on the back, radiation hazard, do not remove this cover. We did it, we're still here, so You can try this at home if you like. And we even made some custom icons to fit our film and to make it all perfect for answering this question.
And then it has to stand on this pyramid that I had to make. And it's really a precision job, making all the corners perfect, nice and mitered, no screws, no nails, just to make it perfectly smooth, so the popcorn could pop over it, and make just the film that we like. Ja.
Gaan de vitamines verloren als je groente kookt? Wanneer je groente kookt, raak je zo'n 20 tot 50% van de vitamines kwijt. Het is daarom veel slimmer om groenten lekker te stomen. Zo bewaar je de meeste smaak en vitamines.
And this was actually the one I like doing the most because I had someone who built this nice backdrop with tiles. I didn't have to do it myself, but I could say, well, can you make this nice wall? And then we put some nice light on it, like it really felt like there was light creeping in from a window. We made this small staircase for the vegetables, so they knew when to get out of the hot tub. And of course, we made this tiny speedo, which was super nice to do.
It's cute.
But of course, it's way better to steam your veggies, and you can do that best in the sauna. In the sauna. Oh, spoiler. In the sauna, of course. And we made them with these popsicle sticks. And as you know, popsicle sticks have rounded corners on two sides. We wanted to have straight ones, so we had to chop them off one by one. It was a hell of a job. It were like 2,400 popsicle sticks we used. And with the leftover ones, we made some small benches and some headrests for the vegetables to chill on. And when everything was on set, we even made a small hourglass, for the veggies to know when to get out of this hot tub. And we made also the other films, and we have this nice behind the scenes, so you guys can take a look of and catch a glimpse of the other things we did for that. Oh, and there's also a preview of how I made those bubbles in the hot tub.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. So what do we do with all that stuff? You can imagine we have a lot of stuff. everything we build is built by hand, so we have to keep it somewhere or throw it away. Usually only the best stuff survive, and that's where we keep it. This is our studio, and this is our cabinet of curiosity, and only the best things stay on these shelves, so our clients want to be here. There's a squirrel holding a hazelnut chocolate bar. There's also a super tiny monster truck. This is the first dollar we made. We're very proud of it back then. This is party time. These are our favorite letters. And this is the tiniest bear rock next to an open fire. And our favorite piece is this one. It's our Mars bar. And speaking of food, my mom used to say, always save room for dessert. And this is the last case.
Yeah. So when Dr. Utker came to us, do you have room for dessert? We said, hell yes, we got room. Because they wanted to have a commercial for their wolkentoetjes. It translates to cloud dessert or dessert made of clouds. They're super fluffy, super tasty. So we came up with a nice film for them. And it's about a factory who sucks the cloud from the air. Then they go through a lot of piping into the factory process. Then only the best ones get selected, and then you'll get the final result, which is the dessert. And let's take a look.
De heerlijke romige wolkentoetjes van Dr. Utker. Gemaakt met alleen de allerbeste wolken.
Super short, but also really fun to make. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We had these 4 scenes, the storefront, the pipes in the factory, the selection process, and the final dessert. And for this storefront, we wanted to have this really nice Willy Wonka kind of factory vibe. With the chimneys in the flavor colors, so you have chocolate, you have strawberry, and you have vanilla. And when it was on set, we put some light behind the windows to make it look like the factory was actually operating. Well, then we set up some nice tubing, made sure it looked nice on camera, which you can see over there. This is what we see in the studio. And then the tricky part comes up. We placed some clouds into all these tubes, and then we hooked up some vacuum cleaners to the other side of the tubes. We had 4 vacuum cleaners in the room. It was sort of bring your vacuum cleaner to work day, because we didn't have enough ourselves. And then when everybody had to sit at a vacuum cleaner, press the button simultaneously, and then you'll get this. And this is so satisfying when you see this for the first time on set. And then we had this selection process where only the best clouds get selected. We made these clouds from wool. We felted them a little bit, and for the thundercloud, we picked an old bicycle light. We removed the cover and we placed it inside of it, which is super easy. You can do this at home anytime to create your own thunderclouds. It's super nice to do. Then we have this toy robot arm. We made a nice glove for it so it wouldn't destroy the clouds, for instance, when you picked the wrong one. And we had to operate it with 2. I was in control of grabbing the cloud, and Martin sitting over there with a wire. He was trying to rotate it at the same time. It was 2 people for operating this robot arm. There was someone in the back who was feeding all the clouds onto the conveyor belt. And luckily, we made this conveyor belt automatic. It had a motor in it, so otherwise we would have been 1 person short, because the camera guy was also in charge of the camera. So it was 4 people for just this 1 shot, and I think it was only 3 to 4 seconds. And I have a nice behind the scenes, and then we're almost done for today. So here you go.
Thanks, guys. Some final words of wisdom, but before that, I would like to thank you for being here. You've been a great audience. It's very nice to be here. Find us online if you want more of this stuff. Instagram @StudioMals. There you can see how crazy we are about what we do and about the things we do, but also how much fun we have. Because as our friend from Ben & Jerry's used to say, if it's not fun, then why do it? Thanks, you were amazing.
That's it. So, top. Nice. Zo. Hoppa. Lekker maat.